Hi, so we're here to finish up the Lola, and I am going to start taping, or well, kind of taping. Michael taped them, but I'll start doing that while I wait for you. Hi, Kim. I know I'm really early today, so you might actually be the only one. So far so good. It's been a good day. I got to spend time with a good friend today. We went to lunch. I got to tour her shop, so that was cool. I'm going to hop right into sewing because I feel like most of you know how to make straps. Hi, Emo! How are you? I thought you were like on vacation or doing something cool. Hi, Diane. Hi, Tamra. Hi, Lisa. So I've actually never made straps out of this, but it is beautiful for straps. These look so nice. Hi, Jennifer. There's one strap. Or handle, I guess. Hi, Emily. So there's the, I'll zoom in so you can examine my top stitching here. These make beautiful straps. This vinyl is amazing for that. I am very impressed. And we're gonna do the other one. Thank you, Kim. It took me a long time to get straps I was happy with. I used to just use webbing for everything because I hated straps. I hated making them. I hated the way they looked. So I actually leave just a little bit of a gap. I start in the middle, folding my centers. And if you can see this, I leave just a little bit of a gap. I'll show you before I clip it all together. And that makes it fold nice. Makes it fill out the connectors and the strap ends really nice. So I leave just a little bit of a gap, basically so I can see my line. That's it. And for those of you that were also with me last night, hi Julie, look what I found. Very excited about it. It's my favorite screwdriver. And yes, I have a favorite. Shove that in the Lola here so it's out of my way. When I go to find that and I've lost it, somebody please tell me I put it in there. Because inevitably, that's going to happen. And Michael's here too. He's just, you know, processing vinyl. As always. He probably feels like he's never going to get away from that vinyl. Maybe I can be convinced to sew up another new vinyl. Kim says hi, Michael.
Hi, Kim.
That's Kim Artman. Making sure my stitching looks good. Hi, Sammy. There's the other one. What are you working on, Sammy? Okay. We're actually done sewing now. I know, that's crazy. So we're gonna put on our, yep. Is it Friday yet? We're gonna put our strap ends on. And these actually just slide right on. They fit perfectly. So basically all I'm gonna do is make sure I singe down my threads so that they don't stick out. They look all nice and pretty. Might as well do the other one. Hey, look, I forgot. Or I didn't forgot. I remembered. Is it Friday? Please tell me Friday's coming. So one, you wish it was Friday, Kim? Yeah, me too. One word of caution. If you're going to put your strap ends on before your strap is on your purse, make sure that they fit through the connectors. Otherwise, you can only put one on. But these are actually really easy. They just slide on like that. I'm actually going to do this one from the other side, just because that has a little extra thread over there and I want to hide it. There it is. And then I'll go ahead and, oh, I missed a thread. I missed a thread. You see it sticking out there? Why didn't anybody tell me? It's okay, I usually, Michael normally tells me. There we go. So there's that, and then I put the screws in. This is the easy part. Oh, I just hit my light there. So it comes with these little itty bitty screws that look like this, just like all the other hardware. 2 of them per. And I like this screwdriver because it's magnetic. And hopefully, I'm gonna move, hopefully you can see me. So I just kind of line it up in there, like that, straight up and down. And you kind of got to push down on them as you're installing them. The nice thing about this screwdriver is I can hold the top and still screw the screws in. So just like that. Hi, Rebecca. And if you don't push down, while you're screwing them in, you could accidentally get a little bit of a stripped screw going on. So I'm actually going to use a smaller screwdriver bit for these. There we go. As long as they're flat, that's all that matters. And then make sure that you put the holes on the same side so that you don't have one strap end that looks really bad. I've done it. And my straps are nice and even because Michael cut them. But if they're not, trim them up before you do this. I kind of just wing mine and fix them when I sew them. He, on the other hand, does a good job the first time. What happens when I try to do it on camera because nobody can see me. It's 50 degrees in Arizona, Sammy. I promise I'm making this look a whole lot harder than it really is. And sometimes if you're having a hard time getting the thread started, twist it the opposite way like you're taking it out and it'll help line it up. Kim Artman, does Michael sew? Yes, actually he does. He has his own machine and everything. I just threw a screw on the ground. I think. Pretty sure I did. But yes, Michael does sew. Quite well, actually. Did you actually find it?
No.
I was like, wow, it's black and the floor is dark. You missed what I said, Sammy. You missed what you missed what I said about what? There we go. On to the next one. Let's see, I think I like that side. What machine does he use? So he has a domestic Bernina, and he also, the cylinder arm that we bought from China on Alibaba is his.
I don't see it on there right now.
That's okay. We'll find it some other time.
Okay.
I'll probably roll over and get my wheel stuck and then find it the hard way. It froze again. Sorry. You okay over there?
Yeah, I was throwing away acrylic scraps.
Oh.
I think trash box is empty.
You can't wait to get a cylinder arm, Kim. I actually am very impressed with that one. It was $250. It was worth every penny. I'm surprised, honestly. I thought it was going to be not good. It's got a walking foot. It's a clone of a FAF 335. And I like it a lot. And Michael does too, which is important because it's his machine. There's that one. And I just flip it over and leave the holes right side up so that when I go to put the other strap end on, I know they're the same. And I make this bag with this hardware all the time, so I know these strap ends fit through these connectors, which is why I did not triple check them. I will show you how I have to put them through the connectors. I may not show you how I rivet them on because I don't actually have my rivets over here. But I might. I'm undecided. So you can plead your case for getting to see rivets if you'd like. This table is slippery. That is the one downside. This is usually why I put my hands differently, but I'm trying to do this to where you can see me. And half the time I actually screwed in on the table that you're standing on. So now I'm actually going to mark and hole punch. And I use my strap guide. I used to have these on the website a while back. I do not now. Use your stiletto to mark the hole first sometimes and it helps. That's a good tip. So I just line this up with my strap connector and mark so that I can punch the holes. I'll do the other side too. And it doesn't matter which side you mark for the holes, because you're going to punch a hole all the way through, so it doesn't matter if you mark the top or the bottom. Hi, Barbara. So then I'm going to punch my holes. And they're just marked. Can you see that? There you go. Just like that. Would you mind actually grabbing me the hardware box that I left over here for myself to trip on? Because I assume you put it away.
Yeah.
Thank you. You need to get your rivet die for your press. I do love mine. I just need 4 matte black rivets out of it in the bottom left corner. Oh no, that was silly. They are not in the bottom left corner. That's where the purse feet are. Can I have 4 matte black rivets?
Yeah.
Please, and thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm just here punching holes. This thing is magical. Like, it punches holes all the way through just like that. It's amazing. Michael got me this for Christmas, I don't know, like a year ago or more, maybe 2 years ago now. And I use it every day. Still going. Like, nothing ever happened. Okay, so now, move some of this stuff before I dump it all on the floor. Got the press off a local lady here, but she didn't have any of the dies. Oh, that would help. So now I actually take the strap so that the screws are towards me, and hopefully you can see this. I just kind of smush it through, and I put my rivet on underneath this one and then up through this one. And these straps are a little thick, so these rivets will probably need to be pressed a little extra. to make them stay nice. There we go. Just like that. What kind of press is it? Mine or Sammy's? Mine is a generic one. Which I will actually show you. I have it mounted to this board. It's quite easy to use that way. You can get your rivets to stay in. There we go. So I'm actually going to press them as I go just because the rivets are not really wanting to hold on. So I will kind of manhandle it in here. And I'll kind of move it around so that I know I'm in here. Like that. And I'll press it down. I'll check and make sure it doesn't pop open. And there it is. And I will do the same with the other side. I will loop it so that there are no twists in it. Screws towards me. Let me see if I can do this. Screws towards you now. And I will lift my connector up. And then just push it through. Put my rivet in. Hopefully that was easy enough for you to see. Try Gold Star Tools. They have the dies that fit one of your presses. That will work. Okay. Just putting my rivet in. These straps are a little thick for these rivets. I normally would cinch them down, like squish them with my squishy pliers, but that didn't happen, so here we are. If I had done that, the rivets would have fit perfectly. Hi, Carrie. That is Carrie Flatland, Carrie.
Oh.
What size rivets do I have? These are 9mm, I'm pretty sure. Or 8mm. I could look. Are you asking me or are you asking Sammy? Okay, so there's that rivet. Put it under the press. I do put the finished side up on my press because that's how it presses nicely. I'm trying to do this so I can even show you what I'm doing, which may not work for this side. So you just wiggle it in there, make sure it's in there good. There we go. Ta-da! One handle. Then I will do the other one. You hate when rivets don't fit right? Yeah. These ones fit pretty good, it's just these straps are very thick. And they do cinch up really nice when you do. Looks awesome, get an arm workout. Oh yes. It's arm day and leg day every day over here. Every day. Of course, these are 10 times harder because I'm on a live too. There we go. Maybe. There we go. Hi, Kim. This is literally the last step. I'm actually trying to get it through both layers, Sammy. Everything is harder on a live.
There's no one in your contact.
There we go. Hopefully that'll work. There we go. So now it's in there. I just got to get it under the press. Here we go. Looks good. Looks good. One more. One more. Okay. There's that one. That one was simpler for whatever reason. Okay. All right. actually going to spin the bag around a little bit. There we go, just so I can get a good press on that rivet. And there it is. I will actually show you a close-up once I get my rivet press out of my way. Okay. There it is. And what you didn't see is last night I decided that the Lola needed an acrylic base panel. So I actually put acrylic in there, and it's so much better. I'm going to do that to every Lola that I make from now on. Because the one thing that I dislike about this bag is the bottom of it can sag if you don't reinforce it. And I used 2 layers of Decaville Light or Decaville Heavy, and it still didn't feel like I wanted it to. So I went ahead, I actually put my stabilizer piece for my Lola template set in there just to see how it was going to work. It's not coming out, so I'm going to cut another stabilizer piece, but for the rest of them I'll just not engrave it and just cut the actual piece. But that's what I decided to do. And I just double check all my rivets to make sure that they're good. This one got a little bit of something on it. There we go. Just like that. That means you should add the Lola acrylic bottom on your website. I actually don't know what the implications of that are. I make bag bottoms in rectangle sizes already, but I feel like that might be one of those things where the designers get really upset, even though it is just an accessory to make a bag, such as Decaville or something similar. So I will do a little bit of looking into that. But she's done, and I'm very happy. I have a couple of clips over here. I finished this side today, and I'm gonna let it dry. I add a little bit of, just maybe make one available in that size. It's not a square bottom, Jennifer. That's why I can't do that. It's a rounded bottom, believe it or not. But look at how nice that bottom looks with the base in there. It's super perfect. And I do need to singe my threads over here, so I'll do that real quick. There's one. There's two. And there it is. One Lola handbag. And I'm going to try to show you this. That's acrylic in there, but it looks really nice on the inside too, because it makes the lining fit super snug. And nobody likes a saggy lining. That's the worst. Yep, so she's done. And she's going to her new home tomorrow. Under the lining. Yep, I should have done this on camera because you would have laughed. I actually shoved it through the pocket before, like, without it being sewn up. I shoved it through the pocket and in between the lining after I had sewn the lining bottom together. Probably should have shoved it in there once I turned the bag right side out before I sewed the lining bottom together. But it was an afterthought. So we had a fun time. That was, don't recommend at all. I mean, I recommend doing the bag bottom, but I definitely don't recommend doing it as the last step. Like, that was not my best decision. And these, I was just finishing up this edge, so it looks all nice and neat. I will go back and singe up the threads really quick. It's hot. Hi, Ashley. Super hot. All right. So I think I'm done. I think it's ready to go to its new home. I didn't technically sew the pocket closed yet. I was gonna do that off camera, but if we really, really, really want to see me sew a pocket, I guess we could. You burn yourself all the time? Well, at least I'm not alone, I suppose. Actually gonna tip this way and trim this thread. And singe it and try not to burn myself or the bag. There we go. I missed a thread over here. There we go. Is that the skull fabric? Yes. Yes, it is. So now that I have these singed, I'm going to get my clips back on here so that it can get some good adhesion with that glue. And I will show you the lining in just a second. Have I made a Melisande bag by Deja Designs? I have not, but I'm pretty sure I own the pattern. So that's the lining. %90 sure I own the pattern. I seem to collect patterns. Don't we all? But I'm open to pattern requests, so if you want to see me sew something else live, I'll sew it for the first time live. We can struggle through it together. Why not? That's what I'm here for, right? At least I'm entertaining. At least I got that going for me. Yeah, so if nobody has any other questions, you were wondering about the fleece interfacing. I am not helpful with that particular pattern, but I definitely am familiar with fleece interfacing. So. Yeah, so if nobody has any other questions, I'm going to hop off the live. You want to say goodbye to Michael, you can. He's going to come over here for a second and say hello and goodbye all at once.
Hello.
They can't see you waving. If you're not on the screen, they can't see you.
That's fair.
There you go. I can share. Kim says, bye, Michael.
Bye.
She's your #1 fan outside of me. I love it. I will see you on the next live. And I am open to requests, so give me some of those so I have something to do.